Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Pause Window Cleaning, and this is our weekly recap. Now, I am by myself. Why is that? Because today's job, Friday, I ended up just doing all outside windows. Now, there was one window I had to do on the inside, so in reality, there's no point because normally I do all the outside, Ashley does the inside. If there's one window on the inside, Ashley's gonna do it like super fast, and you know, she's pretty much not gonna have anything else to do. So that's why I'm here by myself, and that kind of transitions to like a small little like update slash announcement. I don't know if that makes sense. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do the recording on Fridays, so then I can have like the whole week recap kind of like, you know, summed up. If not, I don't have a job on Friday, you know, I just do it, I guess, beforehand. But I'll try to do the recording on Fridays so that every Saturday at 9 o'clock, a.m. California time, I'm gonna have this videos uploaded so that I can have a set day and time every week, so that you guys can have the weekly recap, so that you don't have to, you know, wonder when I'm gonna post it. We kind of felt, Ash and I were kind of talking about it, is that, you know, like, again, the YouTube, when you're trying to upload something, it might take a while, go really quick depending on how long the video is, yada yada yada. So we just felt like it was better just to have everything done like on Saturday at 9 a.m. so I can upload everything Friday night, so everything looks good for you guys. So yeah, that's kind of the update on that end. But so let's talk about this week. So this week, we had a job on Monday. It ended up raining a lot on Monday, so we ended up rescheduling our client from Monday to Tuesday. Now, the nice thing about this client was that we actually had her booked since December, and so she was like, you know, I know with the holidays and all that, I'm waiting for January, so we ended up scheduling her for this past Tuesday, so that worked out very well on both of our schedules. That job was an inside and out job. We ended up doing some screens, which I highly recommend to, you know, not try to like upsell, like, hey, you know, but at least if you do get them cleaned, like I said, our minimum or our rate for a screen is $5. It helps a lot, because this is the thing. For me, I always told Ashley, I don't like cleaning screens when there's like 2 stories, because you have to go upstairs, downstairs. Now, of course, she helps me, you know, bringing it downstairs, organizes it and everything like that. But it's just so much easier just to have like the screen, like in her case, like her, I say her, but she's not here, but you know what I mean, from last video when she was here. Like, for her, if she were to clean the screen, right, she takes off the screen, clean the, not the screen, but the window, take off the screen, clean the window, put the screen back on, you're done, and you don't have to worry about it, right? But for her, she's always like, well, why don't we just take it off, clean it, and it actually makes a difference, right? So, like, I mean, again, it depends on the client, right? So the reason why I'm saying that is because we did this house on Tuesday for $450, right? Ended up being that they had 15 screens they wanted to have cleaned, so then in 15 screens became $75. So that $450 became $525, and really nice couple, very, very nice couple. We ended up doing their house. They ended up even giving us a tip, which was even a double whammy, right? We got the screens price in there, and we even got a tip, which was very nice of them. And then from there, we were supposed to do today's job, right, on Thursday, but they had like people, the pool cleaner, they had like all these gardeners, a lot of people coming at the house. So we discussed it. We're like, you know what, let's just wait until Friday, which was today. And yeah, I ended up doing the windows today. It was, like I said, it was just all outside windows. Just one window was on the inside, so I ended up just doing that really quick. They have never had their windows cleaned, and I think they've been there for like 30 years. So like, it was, yeah, it was nice for them. They saw me doing like the water fed. They're like, oh man, this is great, because there's one window that, if you could imagine with me, it's like, it kind of overhangs the first floor kind of, and then there's like a pondish thing in the bottom, right? So for them to clean this one window that has like an amazing view, they kind of can't do that. They could do the other windows, right? Because it was kind of like accessible, like by hand, like, you know, hand distance. But like for that one window being on top of the pond, they're like, yeah, this is the reason why we're calling you. And so was able to get that done. Very nice couple. Yeah, I mean, I even did a couple of screens for them too. Like, it was very nice. Nice, easy job. I call it a cookie cutter. When Ashley started doing window cleaning, she's like, I want to get the big houses and everything. I'm like, That's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I was like, yeah, but also too, it's nice to have like those like small little easy to do houses, cookie cutters, I like to call them. And like today was the like ideal house for a cookie cutter. Ended up going in there, taking care of it and everything. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very simple to do. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of like our weekly recap for this week. Kind of short, I think. Yeah, so we did the job on Tuesday, which was $525. And then we did the job today, which was $350. Ended up being $875. So that's the week. That's how much we made this week, $875. And yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel, oh, how can I forget? When I was doing the screens today for the client I just did, there was a neighbor that was kind of looking at my car and kind of seeing like what I was doing. Really liked the wrap and everything, and he was like, hey, can I get a bid afterwards? And so I finished the job and everything. I didn't put everything away just because it was kind of like right there. So after I was done with the job, I went over to the house, gave them a bid. They had French windows, 2-story, and so that was like, okay, well, let's like, you know, let's look around. Did that, and then ended up giving them a price. So they said they'll contact me really soon to see if, you know, we can put them in the schedule. And then but the icing on the cake was like after I was done, like, you know, he's never had his windows cleaned either, and he's been there, he was telling me, like 7 years. So I was like, oh, let me show you the machine that I did, and so, or I used to clean. And so we showed up and I showed him the filter, the X2, which is again now is, I think it's called the Pure Max. And he was looking at it, he's like, oh wow, okay, wow, so this is like legit. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely legit. And just because of that, and he saw me clean the screens from the prior, I was like, oh yeah, look at that too, wow, that's an awesome screen cleaner and all that. So hopefully too, I'll get another job from that. Yeah, just having the wrap and, you know, working and having these shirts and everything makes you look very professional. So highly recommend, the more that you can like invest into your company. I think that, you know, it doesn't have to be all at once, but it can be like, you know, over time will really benefit you, because now we're done. You know, there's no more that we need to do. We already have our shirts, we have our wrap, we have our car, you know, we have the equipment. We really don't need anything else. So but again, this is from overtime. I know it all happened at once, but it just fell into place for all of us, for Ashley and I. And yeah, but anyways, that's kind of our weekly recap, $875 for the week. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. And of course, if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Bye.